Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So, in this Horn of Africa update, I wanted to discuss some recent comments made by Abiy Ahmed pertaining directly to the Ethiopian army and some of the challenges that it was currently facing. So, in these comments, Abiy Ahmed, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, stated the Ethiopian army was facing challenges on 8 different fronts. And one of those fronts he specifically mentioned was the transition to guerrilla warfare that is taking place inside of the Tigray region. And as we know, recently, Ethiopian and Eritrean forces have attempted to penetrate central Tigray in an effort to clamp down on this guerrilla activity. This operation was unsuccessful and has recently been marred by continued Tigrayan Defense Force operations that have spread outside of central Tigray to include operations inside of Amhara region and the current operation that looks to block the activity along the B30 highway. But again, Abiy Ahmed had talked about these issues and the challenges that were ongoing in terms of the guerrilla warfare that it was facing. He had mentioned how the Tigrayan fighting forces were integrating with the civilian populace to conduct operations. And this is completely normal, especially when you have the sort of activity that was being conducted by the Eritrean army and the Ethiopian army when pertaining to executions and extrajudicial killings. So this is going to be the normal occurrence within said conflict. It is going to be the natural course of said conflict. And the end game for the Ethiopian military is going to be an eventual withdrawal from the Tigray region. Compounding this, he has also discussed issues in the Oromia region with the challenges they were facing by the Oromo Liberation Army. And we know the uptick in fighting has been rather intense of late because of the aggressive activity by the OLA that has been occurring over the last 30 days. And obviously, the Ethiopian army is facing challenges of its somewhat of its own making along the Sudanese border, and then in other places inside of Ethiopia as well. But the three major areas of conflict, obviously, is the Tigray region. Secondly, is the uptick in activity in the Oromia areas, or the Oromia region. And then finally, the Sudanese border. These other areas in which he's referring to, I would assume, is the security situation near the Grand Renaissance Dam and some other ethnic challenges that are ongoing inside of Ethiopia. But I would assume the two primary issues right now within Ethiopia is the Tigray region, which is a industrial strength guerrilla operation right now, insurgency, so to speak, as is challenges with the Oromo Liberation Army. But it was interesting to hear him comment on these issues, and I do not believe it is going to get any better for the Ethiopian army, considering some of the activities that have been occurring in some of its decision-making processes in terms of the extrajudicial killings. I do believe it's only going to get worse as time continues, and again, I still predict we will see the collapse of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces into something else again within the next 100 or so days. Thanks, everybody.